Good day to you. I feel like I need to address the hair that's going on. But first of all, welcome to episode 4 of Write Like You Mean It. I don't deliberately look like a teenage emo today. That is entirely accidental because I'm trying to grow my hair out, but it appears that I've turned into one of the monkeys. So there's that. I hope you find that entertaining. Please, I need a hairdresser. Okay, so Write Like You Mean It episode number 4 is entitled Take Your Eyes Off the Prize. And I just wanted to address this little piece of advice that we hear a lot. I heard it a lot when I was a kid. Keep your eyes on the prize, keep focused on where you're going or not, keep focused on your goal and make sure that, everything is pointed towards that. And I just wanted to basically say that for writers, for this writer at least, that is aggressively unhelpful advice because I think quite often we end up focusing on that prize, whatever the prize may be, the finished piece of work. If you're writing a book, it's the book. And it just becomes this huge, overwhelming thing, and it can prevent us from even starting in the first place. And I just wanted to read a quote by Japanese film director Akira Kurosawa. And he said, when you go mountain climbing, the first thing you're told is not to look at the peak, but to keep your eyes on the ground as you climb. You just keep climbing patiently, one step at a time. If you keep looking at the top, you'll get frustrated. I think writing is similar. You need to get used to the task of writing. You must make an effort to learn to regard it not as something painful, but as routine. But most people tend to give up halfway. And I just thought that's so apt for writing specifically, creating anything, art generally, that we get so focused on the end result that we forget about, doing the thing itself. And we, I think, are also told that, the reward is the thing that we're heading towards. We're after those reviews, we're after that feel good dopamine hit, awards, accolades, that kind of thing that only come after you finish the thing. But actually, we have no control over any of that. We have no control over the outcome. We have no control really even over whether or not, over whether or not that finished piece ever exists. Literally the only thing that we can control every day is our actions in the moment. And I think that keeping our eyes on the prize for the whole creative process, we just get lost in it. We get lost. I know that I find it just a huge thing to be able to start something if I'm like, oh my gosh, I've got to. And I talk about this a lot. I talk about tiny beetle steps. I often liken it to doing a marathon. If you've never done a 5K, it's like there's a reason that we have couch to 5K programs. It's like the first step is putting on your shoes, right? The first step is putting on your shoes and lacing them up. It's not going for a run. It's not running up a hill. It's not any of that stuff. It's like put your damn shoes on. And it's the same with writing. If we are like, I am writing a book, this is the thing that I've got, the goal is to write the book. By all means, write it down, have a date in mind, do all of that stuff, and then forget about it and put your shoes on and just put one word after the other every day, one word after another, one word after another. Keep that focus on the process, because unless we've got that focus on the process of actually doing the work and the writing, the book's never going to happen. If we focus on that process, putting one word after another, actually enjoying it, I hope, then the book will happen by itself as a consequence of that. The piece of writing that you're working on, whatever that piece of writing might be, maybe it's an email series, maybe it's an article, maybe you're hoping to get something published in the New Yorker or whatever. That's out of our control. All we can do is do the work every day. And that's where the joy comes as well, right? So I think if we're writers and we don't like the process and we're just in it for the outcome, that's a massive problem, because we're not going to be able to do the thing that we want to do. And the thing that we end up with is going to be a shallow imitation of something that we could create. So that is why I think that the advice to keep your eyes on the prize, at least for this writer, is aggressively unhelpful and can get in the bin. Set your goal, write it down by all means, have it there in the back of your mind. But every day, the only focus should be, what am I writing? What comes next? It should be that creative process, because that's where the joy is as well. So thank you for coming to Write Like You Mean It, episode 4. I will be back same time next week. If you've got any questions or anything that you would like me to chat about for, 5 to 10 minutes, drop me a line, drop me a DM, drop me an email, and I will see what I can do. Good day to you.